Hello, this is Mark Satterfield, and welcome to the Velvet Rope Playbook. Tonight's chapter, The Princeton Principle, How Elite Institutions Create Demand Without Selling. There's a kid from Greenwich who's been training for this since age 10. Tutors, Mandarin lessons, volunteer work in Africa, a resume longer than most executives. His parents don't say it out loud, but it's understood. This is about Princeton. And every year, across Park Avenue apartments, London townhouses, and gated compounds in Singapore, the same quiet hope unfolds. Will he get in? What's fascinating isn't just the prestige, it's that Princeton doesn't sell itself. It doesn't recruit with discounts, it doesn't run ads, it doesn't host limited time webinars to drum up urgency. In fact, it's absurdly hard to access. You don't even get to apply until they give you permission to submit a full packet. And that's the point. Princeton is one of the most powerful branding machines in the world because it uses exclusivity, selectivity, and mystique to drive demand. And if you want to attract high net worth clients, you do well to learn from it. And if you want to build your business like Princeton, respected, in demand, and immune to competition, then go to getwealthyclients.com. You'll get access to my best-selling books and systems designed to help position yourself like a category of one. No begging, no chasing, just authority, scarcity, and pull. So let's break down what Princeton does so well and what it teaches us about selling to the affluent. Lesson 1. The wealthy want to earn it. Here's the paradox of elite positioning. The harder something is to access, the more they want it. This is baked into Princeton's DNA. It doesn't offer rolling admission. It doesn't ask how it can serve you. It asks, are you extraordinary enough to join us? Now, imagine if you positioned your service that way. Instead of, here's what I offer, you frame it as, we only work with 12 clients a year. We don't advertise. You were referred. Before we talk strategy, let's make sure we're even a mutual fit. That's how you reverse the power dynamic. Not by being arrogant, but by signaling that your value doesn't depend on being chosen. Princeton doesn't chase you, and neither should you. Lesson 2. Legacy sells better than novelty. Princeton's brand is built on tradition. Gothic arches, orange and black, old money donors, the eating clubs on Prospect Avenue. It's timeless, and that's why the elite trust it. In the luxury market, new is not always better. The wealthy aren't looking for gimmicks, they're looking for signs of stability in your branding. Use fonts and layouts that suggest editorial elegance, not trends. Reference timeless ideas, not pop psychology. Speak in quiet confidence, not marketing hype. Because affluence doesn't need noise, it needs gravitas. And gravitas is built by showing your work is anchored in something enduring. So let's talk about the Princeton tone. Have you ever read one of their press releases? They never say, we're the best. They say things like, we're honored to welcome. In keeping with our tradition of, the university remains committed to. This is what we call understated dominance. They don't need to scream, they don't sell, they signal. Your tone should do the same. Because the wealthy are repelled by desperation and drawn to those who already belong. So here's another move. Princeton isn't for everyone, and they make that obvious. They don't tweak the message to be more inclusive. They don't soften their image to be more accessible. They let people self-select out. Why? Because exclusivity requires clarity. In your business, if you're trying to be for everyone, you're signaling that you're not exceptional. Make your positioning clear enough that the wrong people say, this isn't for me. Because that's how the right people say, I have to be in. So before we wrap, if you want to elevate your brand with the same respect, curiosity, and pull as Princeton, well, then go to getwealthyclients.com. Everything there is built around one goal, helping you command elite level clients without selling like everyone else. That's getwealthyclients.com. A final story before I let you go. A friend of mine used to work as an admissions interviewer. He once met a candidate whose parents had built an entire application around legacy, family endowment, rare manuscripts donated, several generations of alumni. Impressive on paper. But the interviewer asked just one question. Why do you want Princeton? The boy paused. Then he said, because I don't want to blend in where I came from. I want to stand out for where I'm going. That's the power of elite brands. They don't just validate where you are, they signal where you belong. When your business becomes a signal for identity, when your hiring feels like a private stamp of approval, when your offer implies elevation by association, you won't need to explain your value anymore. They'll feel it. And that's what Princeton teaches us. That's what attracts the wealthy. And that's how you build a business that commands not just money, but reverence. This is Mark Satterfield. Thanks for listening to this chapter of the Velvet Rope Playbook. I'll be back at you soon with something new. But until then, bye for now.